apologize if I hit you with the white girl voice.
Your message has been deleted.
Pretty girl from the 612.
What is the deal, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of AMA. For those of you who are new here, how this works, you leave your question in the comment section down below, and we answer it in upcoming videos. Today's question comes from the homie Reg1167. Dope YouTuber, you guys. I'll leave the link to his channel down below, and he runs a dope podcast with the homie Sincere B. So you guys may also check that out. His question is crazy. I heard him ranting about this a few weeks back. He goes, "Yo, Ramon, what do you think about Fitbit acquiring Pebble? I was a Pebble fanboy. Loved the simplicity of Pebble. It played well with iOS and Android, and some applications on Windows Phone." So Pebble had a dope mission statement. Was huge on Kickstarter a while back, a few years back. They brought to market this e-ink smartwatch, which was a different direction. I mean, smartwatches were relatively new at the time, but people were running to put all type of OLED displays in the watches, and it's got to do this, got to do that. These guys made it simple, man. It did what it did, and it was so, like he said, it was simplicity. It was a lot to love about them, and the designs were so minimalistic, and they made a ton of money. They made a huge following. They made a really dope brand that people cared about. And a few weeks back, the announcement hit on their blog that Fitbit was actually acquiring Pebble. People did not like this. Now, I think there's a few reasons why, right? One was people are brand loyalists. If you treat people well, they will be loyal to you forever. And they had that type of community. They had that type of following. So to see them get absorbed by some fuckboy company in the corner, people weren't happy. Now, the second part was they started, and this is a little suspect to me, they started another Kickstarter, which I thought was interesting because they had already been so successful. They should have had all the money they needed to continue down that road with their own R&D. But they had a few lineup of some new products coming, and this announcement, this acquisition happened damn near in the beginning, before a lot of people even started to get the new products that they had kickstarted. So people were angry about that, and they're saying, guys, wait till March to get your refunds. And people are like, I'm not waiting for March. Fuck you, fuck that. I'm calling my bank. I'm reporting fraud. all of this madness. But I think people are overreacting, but people do overreact to things they care about, and I think that's the undertone here. It was a dope brand, and I think consumers often omit the side of business that they shouldn't. If someone, I don't care how long you've been working at your job, somebody shows up and says, yo, I'll pay you 20 grand more to do exactly what you're doing over there, you're going to jump ship. It doesn't matter how much you love your boss. It doesn't matter how much raises they gave you in the past. And it's about money. And that's what these companies are about, making money. And we often forget that as consumers, man. Your number one goal as a company, especially someone like a Kickstarter, is to make it big enough where you can sell out, right? You get that big check and you take that, and sometimes you roll with the company that's actually buying you. Sometimes you don't. You take your big ass check, you go back in the corner in the drawing room, and you come again. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We need to understand that. But as far as the acquisition, so Pebble has some services that they keep up. Pebble's gonna keep. Fitbit's going to keep those Pebble services running for the time being as well. But they did say that in the future, some of the services will be scaled back. So that's something to know. Pretty much the product will diminish over time. That's pretty much how I interpret that. Fitbit, however, they bought the tech. They bought the software behind the tech and the intellectual property. And they will be taking some employees with them. So that's good. Not everyone's losing their job. Hopefully, when they get in there, they don't let those go after a while, because that's oftentimes what happens with these acquisitions. But I wouldn't say it's a sad thing. This is a dope thing. This is, the brand has just gone so far that it's eligible for acquisition. We need to recognize that. That's how dope it is. And sure, it sucks, but let's see what Fitbit can turn out. Myself and Fitbit, I'm not a fan of Fitbit. I had a few of them things and lost them. I saw that they changed the clasp on them recently, so maybe I'll get another one, but they're too thick, man. Maybe they can get together with a lot of the tech that they bought from Pebble and figure out how to get a fitness tracker that's actually thin enough to not look like some fuckboy shit on my wrist. Because I wear 2 or 3 bracelets already. I can't walk around with that thing. I can't even get that thing through my sports coat sleeve. So, it is what it is. I don't think it's a bad thing. I understand why some people are mad with the current Kickstarter, but guys, this is big business, baby. Things got to move forward. Thank you for your question, Reg. Again, check his stuff out in the description below. Don't forget to like the video if you like it. If you don't, if you're a Pebble fanboy, hit the dislike button, because I know you hit it when I first opened my mouth anyway. Subscribe to the channel. We got plenty more coming. Hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. Lets you know as soon as we make a video live. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.